Good morning, students. So today, I will continue with the ports and connectors. Devices like printers and scanners connect to a computer through docking points called ports. A port serves as an interface between the computer and other computers or peripheral devices. All ports are connected to the motherboard but are visible from the outside. Okay, look at the diagrams given in the bottom of the slides. Ports, figure, uh, and you can able to connect uh, yeah, different ports have been given in the right bottom corner of the slide. Ethernet, micro USB, USB port. USB port is the major one today because you can use it for plug and play type of devices. Look at the ports, different for connecting video or HDMI, whatever, different pins and different sockets inside, outside at the back end or from the front side of your system or whatever. So ports and connectors are going to be discussed for connecting devices, any type of devices for printers, scanners, or any other type of device connected to the system. Few ports are excuse me. First one is universal serial bus. It's called USB in short form. The USB port has virtually replaced the serial and parallel ports in the motherboard. Earlier and even today, serial and parallel ports are used. Okay, serial means one at a time, one bit of information at a time. Parallel, multiple. Most computers offer at least 4 USB ports to support scanners, printers, and mice. Then, serial port, once used by the keyboard, terminals, mice, and modern serial ports are offered in 9 and 25 pin configuration. Normally, okay, parallel port, if a printer is not using the USB port, then it is probably using the parallel port. Okay, normally we'll connect the printer to the system using USB port. If the printer is not connected using USB port, then probably it means it's connected to the system using parallel port. The common implementation uses 25 pins where data are transferred in parallel, that is synchronously. Okay, look at the common implementation uses 25 pins. Like multiple bits will be transferred parallelly. Okay, so that's the difference between serial port and parallel port. And sometimes the data is gathered, the data is inputted serially and one at a time, and inside it's processed, and again serial in, serial out. That configuration is also allowable. And parallel port, all the different uh, you know pins, the data can be passed through the pins parallelly. Multiple bits can be transferred parallelly. Okay, so video graphics array, VGA port. And this is a 15 pin port, allows transfer of analog video data to the monitor. Look at it, it's a 15 pin port, allows transfer of analog video data to the monitor. Okay, this port is for the monitor. This port is being replaced with the digital video interface, DVI, which uses digital data that is used by the flat LCD, liquid crystal display LCD stands for panels. Then one more is RJ45 port. This port is used by the Ethernet network 1.14. Both computer and the network device like hub or a router, they are the devices used for transfer of data in network, root, hub, etc. We'll learn slowly in as the subject passes on and in other higher semesters. Okay, they have both female form of the port. Even if the computer connects wisely to the network, the wired RJ45 remains a useful option. Okay, so mainly serial port, USB, serial port, parallel port, video graphics array port, and RJ45. Let us talk about the different types of input devices. An input device is a piece of equipment used to provide data and control signals to an information processing system such as a computer or information appliance. Different examples of input devices, hope you know, keyboard. Look at the diagrams are also given. Most of you have seen already. Today it's very common, keyboard. Okay. Again, in keyboard, different types of keyboards are available. Normally, 105 keyboards are very common. We normally say that that such keyboard as a QWERTY keyboard, QWERTY, QWERTY keyboard. Row of first row means like actually the third row, the keyboard. But as far as the alphabets are concerned, it's the first row. QWERTY is written. They are the first letters in the third row. As far as the alphabets are concerned, it's the first row. After tab, in the wherever the tab comes in your keyboard, after the tab Q starts, then WERTY QWERTY letters come into picture. That's why such keyboards are called by the name QWERTY keyboards. Then mouse. Today both wired and wireless mouse we know you have probably used. Joystick is another example for input device. Okay, barcode reader you have seen probably. Barcode readers are used for reading the codes. Stylus, pen, web camera. Okay, touchpad, touch screen. Okay, fingerprint reader. Okay, biometric. Probably when you have seen this while giving data to the Aadhaar and all, fingerprint reader, it reads the finger. Keyboards, mouse, scanner, cameras, joysticks, microphones. These are all the examples for different types of input devices. Let us talk about each device separately. A computer keyboard is a typewriter style device. Okay, it looks like a whole typewriters, which uses an arrangement of buttons or keys to act as mechanical levers or electronic switches. The central portion of the keyboard, as I already mentioned in the previous slide, the central portion of the keyboard has the QWERTY layout, and numerals are placed above the three layers of letters. There are also a large number of symbols that were never seen in the typewriter. Okay, like cap. Okay, it's called I think caret, tilde, and all the characters have unique values assigned to them. Each character will be having a unique value called by the name ASCII, American Standard Code for Information Interchange. Each letter has a unique value, unique name given to it. Such codes are called by the name ASCII codes. ASCII stands for American Standard Code for Information Interchange. The function of the special keys, enter key terminates a line. Okay, I'm ASCII code. As far as ASCII codes are concerned, I mean, the ASCII code for capital letter A is 65, capital letter B is 66, and it continues. Capital letter C is 67. ASCII code for small a is 97. ASCII code for small b is 98, and all the keyboard also contains other symbols, special symbols, etc. Each character has a unique value. Okay, at least please remember the ASCII codes for alphabets. Okay, capital letter A it's 65, capital letter B is it's 66. It continues, and the small letter A it's 97, small letter B it's 98, and these ASCII codes are also required for programming in C programming. Okay, whenever we start with C programming in some of the programs, we need the values for the characters, and that's why please remember these values. They are also helpful for programming purpose. The keyboard also contains function of special keys. Enter key terminates a line. The text that you key in remains hidden from the system until this key is pressed. The backspace key erases input from right to left, while delete erases text from left to right. Okay, backspace key, you have probably seen backspace key on the keyboard erases the input from right to left. Okay, while the delete erases text from left to right. Pointing devices. Okay, pointing devices. Graphical user interface. Like operating system. I have mentioned in one of the previous class. Windows is an operating system. It's an example for graphical user interface operating system. Graphical user interfaces like Windows operating system need a pointing device to control the movement of the cursor on the screen. Okay. Pointing device, it's mouse. It's commonly implemented as the mouse in the desktop and the touchpad in the laptop. Okay, we need a pointing device like mouse to control the movement of the cursor on the screen. Again, pointing device like mouse is an example for input device. Okay, it's a very good example for input device again. Next, moving Then moving the mouse by hand partially rotates the ball and thereby controls the motion of the cursor on the screen. The buttons are generally used in the following ways. Clicking on any object with the left button selects that object. Double clicking of the same button activates a program. Second point, clicking on the right button activates a context sensitive menu that can be used to change the attributes of the selected object. This menu often supports options for copying and pasting text and change the properties of the selected object. Scanner, digital image of a document by optically scanning it. Scanners come in various forms that are used in diverse industries. Okay, the document, probably you have used the scanner. Sometimes and the printer also comes along with a scanner, or scanner can also be a separate device. Okay, and the document to be scanned is normally placed on a glass plate that is covered by a lid before scanning. A shining light is beamed at the document, and the reflected light is captured by a photosensitive array of charged coupled devices, CCD. The differing levels of brightness are converted into electronic signals. The signals are then processed to create the digital image, which is saved as a file in the hard disk. The scanner can also act in photocopier mode and directly print the copy document without saving it. Okay, so these are all examples for input devices. Let us now talk about the output devices. Okay, different output devices have also been mentioned in the diagram. Let us look into the output devices. An output device is any piece of computer hardware equipment which converts information into human readable form. Okay, it can be text, graphics, tactile, audio, and video. Okay, so normally, if you see a movie or anything, it's called multimedia. Multimedia includes at least 5 elements, like 4 or 5 elements: text, audio, video, graphics, and animation. Okay, if a video, if any content, if it includes these 5 elements, it's called multimedia. Okay, so output, it can be text, the data can be text, it can be anything. The data can be text, the data can be image, or it can be graphics, it can be animation, it can be video. Okay, look at some of the examples of output devices are monitor. I don't have to say about a monitor. Okay, monitor, it's being given in the diagram in the bottom right corner of the screen. Monitor, hold, okay, vacuum, hold. There is a difference between the big old monitors and today's monitors. Okay, LCD and LED, light emitting diodes. LCD stands for liquid crystal display monitors. Okay, okay. So it can be anything. It can be today a printer. Look at the printer. Again, in printers, there are different types. I'm going to talk about in the next upcoming slides. Speaker, headphones. I don't have to say about headphones. Probably you are using headphones are similar as such kinds. Screen projector, GPS location, plotter, similar to printer. Plotters are also examples for output devices. Video card. Okay, these are all the example for output devices. Let us talk about one by one. The monitor is normally an integral part of a computer's configuration. Okay, computer means it's not only central processing unit. Monitor is an integral part because though the CPU processes the data, ultimately you can able to see the output on, or if it's a video, you have to see it on. If it is video, text, whatever, it has to be seen using a monitor. It should be sent. Okay, It should be seen only through monitor. That's why monitor is an integral part of computer's configuration. Fine. So programs use it to display text, graphically output. That's what I was talking about. Programs use it to display text or graphical output, while users also need a monitor to view the input that they key in. The performance of a monitor is judged mainly by its image quality, resolution, energy consumption, and its effect on the eyes performance. Okay. Normally, the size of a screen it's measured using you know aspect ratio. Aspect ratio. I mean, we don't take length or breadth. Mm, we'll consider the principal diagonal. Hope you can able to understand. That's called the aspect ratio. We'll measure the size of a monitor using the aspect ratio. It must. Okay. There are two competing technologies. The old CRT monitors, CRT, cathode ray tube. Okay, old CRT monitors, and then came LCD, and today LED and all. They are common. The old monitors are based on CRT. We call them as CRT monitors. They have virtually made way for the modern LCD based types. CRT monitor. The CRT cathode ray tube monitor uses a rare field tube containing three electron guns and a screen coated with phosphorescent material. The guns emit electrons to create images on the screen by selectively lighting up the phosphors. LCD monitors. Most computers today are shipped with LCD. LCD stands for liquid crystal display. An LCD screen comprises thousands of liquid crystals, okay, which by themselves don't generate light, but may allow or block the passage of light through them. An image is formed by selectively applying a voltage to these crystals and using a separate light source for light to pass through them. Okay, so different types of monitors. CRT are the old monitors, then came LCD and printers. Let us talk about printers. Let us talk about printers. Printers produce hard copies of output, which include both text as well as graphics. There are currently two basic technologies used for printing. Okay, they are called impact and non-impact. Okay, two different technologies, impact and non-impact. Okay, so printers produce hard copies of output, which include text and graphics. There are currently two basic technologies used for printing purpose, impact and non-impact. Impact printers are noisy and are being phased out, but one variant, the dot matrix printer, is still in active use. Impact printers are normally noisy and are being phased out, but one variant called dot matrix printer is still in active use. Okay, otherwise they are not used. Dot matrix printer is still is in active use. Dot matrix printer. The print head of the dot matrix printer has either 9 or 24 pins, which are fired in multiple combinations to generate letters, numerals, and symbols. The ribbon is impregnated with ink, and when the pins fire against the ribbon, an impression is created on the paper behind it. Okay, this is one of the printer, dot matrix printer. It's in active use today. Then comes daisy wheel printer. The now obsolete daisy wheel printer. Okay, it's not used anymore. It uses a different technology to strike the ribbon. It employs a wheel with the separate characters distributed along its outer edge. The characters are thus preformed and not generated. Then comes line printer. For heavy printing, the line printer is still the best bet. This technology uses a print chain containing the characters. The chain rotates continuously in front of the paper. Hammers strike the paper in the normal manner, but the print speeds attained with this technology are as high as 1200 lines per minute. Okay, these are different types of impact printers and non-impact printers. Dot matrix, daisy wheel printer, and line printers are the examples. Okay, what we have discussed in this slide as part of impact printers. Let us now talk about non-impact printers. Non-impact printers address the drawbacks of impact printers. They are quite fast and produce documents of very high resolution. Okay, they normally produce documents of very high resolution. The two types that are most commonly used are laser printers and inkjet printers. Okay, these are the two different types of non-impact printers. Okay, commonly used: laser printers and inkjet printers. Let us talk about laser jet printer. A laser printer works somewhat like a photocopier. A laser beam creates an image of the page to be printed on a light sensitive drum. The charged areas attract black magnetic powder called the toner. The image, which is created in the form of dots, is then transferred from the drum to the paper by actual contact. Inkjet printer, laser printer, and inkjet printer. I hope you have heard of these familiar names. They are part of non-impact printers. Inkjet printer, as far as the inkjet printer is concerned, the inkjet printer is an affordable non-impact printer whose print quality is considerably outperforms a dot matrix printer but underperforms a laser printer. In this system, a print head sprays tiny drops of ink at high pressure as it moves along the paper. Okay, the ink stored in a replaceable cartridge passes through a matrix comprising a number of tiny nozzles. Okay, so these are the different types of non-impact printers: laser printer and inkjet printers are the two different types of non-impact printers. Then Then I'll continue with the next slide. Comes plotter. A plotter produces vector graphics drawings. Plotters draw lines on paper using a pen. Look at the diagram given in the bottom right corner of the slide. A plotter produces vector graphics drawings. Plotters draw lines on paper using a pen. In the past, plotters were used in applications such as computer-aided design, as they were able to produce line drawings much faster and of a higher quality than contemporary conventional printers. And small desktop plotters were often used for business graphics. The commands are taken from special files called vector graphics files. Depending on the type of plotter, either the plotter pen moves or the paper moves or both. Plotters can handle large paper sizes and are thus suitable for creating drawings of buildings and machines. They are slow and expensive. Okay, using plotter can able to handle large paper sizes. Okay, suitable for creating drawings of buildings and machines. Okay, large drawings can be drawn using plotters. Again, they are example for output devices. So in today's class, I'll brief about today's class's content. In today's class, we have discussed ports and connectors. Okay, different types of ports are universal serial bus. Then comes serial port, 9 and 25 pin configuration port, parallel port. If a printer, if it is not using USB port, then it means it's using parallel port. This is an important point. Video graphics array port. Okay. Then comes RJ45 port. It's a familiar name. Okay. It's used by the Ethernet network. Then different types of input devices. An input device is a piece of equipment used to provide data and control signals. Different types of input devices. Hope you have seen. Definitely you have seen. Examples of different input devices include keyboards, mouse, scanners, cameras, joysticks, microphones, etc. If a small list is included here, I don't think that these are the only input devices. You can find many more types of input devices today. Okay, the familiar ones is being included here. Keyboard, a computer keyboard is a typewriter like device which uses an arrangement of buttons or keys to act as mechanical levers or electronic switches. QWERTY keyboards are common. Okay, and each character in the keyboard has an unique value called by the name ASCII value. What is the ASCII value of capital letter A? It's a 65. Small letter A, 97. Small letter B, 98. It continues. Each character has an ASCII value. At least I have asked you to remember the ASCII values of characters, because it's an important information even for the programming purpose also. Apart from keyboard, pointing devices like mouse, they're used for graphical user interface operating systems like Windows. Okay, so yeah, different types of clicks. What happens when you click the left button, and what happens if when you click the right button? Okay, it's being given in the 2 points. Scanner is an important device. Then comes output devices: monitor, printer, speaker, headphones, projectors. Okay, GPS. These are all the different types of output devices available. Okay, small list is being included. You can able to see the figure on the bottom right corner. Monitor, different types of monitors. Uh, came along with different computer generations like CRT monitor, then LCD, LED, printer, different types, impact printer, and non-impact printer. In case of impact printer, only like dot matrix printer is being used, is in active use even today. Apart from dot matrix printer, daisy wheel printer, line printer, please go through please remember the operation of each printer. You have to explain the type of device and based on what technique or technology it's based on, or how it produces the characters on the print on the paper. These are all the important aspects you need to remember, and we expect as part of your answer in the test. Fine. And in case of non-impact printers, there are different non-impact printers like laser printer, inkjet printer. Okay, these are the familiar names. Probably you have heard of commonly. And apart from that, plotter produces vector graphics drawings. It can be used to create drawings of buildings and machines. Okay, and that's all for today. Please, along with this recorded video, we'll again get some notes and multiple choice questions. Please make use of it, and please answer the questions in the multiple choices questions part. And please go through the notes, and please refer the textbooks like Sumita Badas for computer concepts. Okay, I'm teaching computer concepts, different types of computers, computer generation, different types of computers, central processing unit, primary memory, secondary memory. And today's class I have talked about ports and connectors, input devices, different types of output devices, plotters, etc. Please go through the concepts in textbooks, and ask me the doubts. If you have any doubts, you can ask me anytime. You can contact me, and please make use of the material being provided. Okay, still if you have any doubts, you can call me or ask me anytime. Okay, so I'll stop at this point, and I'll continue with the next topics in the upcoming classes. And thank you for listening to me. Okay, thank you.